While chilling in my room, my sister busted down my door and asked, "Did you eat my candy?" "Yeah, I'm sorry. You had a bunch in that pack. I thought it wouldn't be bad if I ate a couple." Cecilia rushed over and grabbed my face, forcing my mouth open. She stared inside like she was looking for something specific, and her face went white. "We have to make you throw up right now." "Why?" "I thought it was just candy." My voice came out muffled because she was still holding my jaw. She dragged me to the bathroom and started shoving her fingers toward my throat. I pulled away, disgusted and confused, but she kept trying. When that didn't work, she ran to the kitchen and came back with a glass of lemon juice mixed with baking soda. The smell alone made me gag, but she forced me to drink it. Nothing happened except my stomach felt weird and bubbly. Cecilia then tried making me spin in circles. She said motion sickness might help. I spun until I was dizzy, but still nothing. She made me drink salt water next, which tasted horrible and made me cough, but I still didn't throw up. She was getting more desperate by the second. "Cecilia, what's wrong? Just tell me what I ate." I was scared now because she was acting insane. She ignored me and ran to get Ipecac syrup from the medicine cabinet, but the bottle was expired and empty. She started crying actual tears and pulling at her hair. I'd never seen my sister this freaked out about anything. She grabbed my shoulders and shook me, asking exactly where I found the candy and how many I ate. I told her it was in the small round container in her backpack, the one that looked like an Altoids tin but fancier. She asked what color the pills were and if I was sure I ate them all. I said they were different colors, like some were white and some were pink, and maybe one was green. I'd eaten at least 6 or 7 while gaming because they tasted kind of sweet. My mom heard all the chaos and came upstairs to find Cecilia kneeling next to me by the toilet. "What's going on here?" Cecilia whispered something in Mom's ear, and I watched my mother's expression change from annoyed to terrified in about 2 seconds. She grabbed her car keys and told me to put on shoes immediately because we were going to the hospital. No explanation, just pure panic on both their faces. The car ride was the scariest 15 minutes of my life. Cecilia was crying in the passenger seat and kept saying, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. I didn't think he'd find them." Mom was gripping the steering wheel so tight her knuckles were white. She kept checking on me in the rearview mirror, asking if I felt dizzy or hot, or if my heart was racing. I said I felt fine, just scared, and she told me to tell her immediately if anything changed. "What's going to happen to me?" I asked from the back seat, starting to really freak out. "I don't know, honey. Try to remain calm. We're almost there." Mom's voice was shaking and she was driving way over the speed limit. We ran 2 red lights, and Mom didn't even care. Cecilia kept looking back at me with tears streaming down her face. She reached back and grabbed my hand, squeezing it tight. That's when I knew something was really wrong because Cecilia never held my hand, not since I was like 5 years old. At the emergency room, Mom rushed to the front desk, dragging me along. She whispered to the nurse who looked at me with this shocked expression. "He ate them?" was all she could say before calling for a doctor immediately. The nurse asked my weight and age while another nurse took my blood pressure. They kept exchanging looks like they'd never seen anything like this before. One nurse asked Cecilia why the pills weren't in a child-proof container, and Cecilia just sobbed harder. They put us in a room right away, which never happens at our hospital unless someone is dying. Cecilia was still crying, and Mom kept pacing back and forth. A doctor came in looking very serious with a clipboard and started asking questions. How many did I eat? When did I eat them? Did I feel anything strange? I told him I'd eaten maybe 6 or 7 of the small round pills thinking they were candy. They were in a little compact case in Cecilia's backpack that looked like mints. The doctor examined me and checked my vitals, then left to talk to someone else. The waiting was killing me, and nobody would tell me what was wrong. A nurse came in and drew blood. Then another doctor came to examine me. They checked my reflexes and shined lights in my eyes and asked if I felt nauseous or different in any way. I kept saying I felt normal, just scared. They hooked me up to a heart monitor just in case, and the beeping made everything feel more serious. Finally, the head doctor came in and sat down. He had gray hair and kind eyes, but looked concerned. He asked Cecilia to explain exactly what kind of pills I'd taken. She could barely get the words out between sobs. "You should be fine. Birth control pills aren't toxic, and the dose you took won't cause serious harm. But he's a boy. Boys can't take birth control pills," Cecilia practically screamed. "Worst scenario is your brother can't get pregnant."